Are you a member of a team and you have a hunch that your team dynamics could be better? Maybe you can't quite put your finger on what it is that makes the team not as powerful as you'd like, but you know that it's just not humming as well as it could be. That's what we're going to explore today. I'm here with my colleague Jill Mueller, and we are doing part 2 of a series on pulling back the curtain on team coaching. And in our last Thought Flip It Thursday, we shared the difference between team coaching and the team training and why they are used for different reasons. Today, we want to build on that. And I brought Jill on my team here to share a little bit about how we kick off team coaching. And in particular, looking at the signs. How do you know that a team is high performing? So thanks for joining me, Jill.
Of course. I love talking about this stuff. So yes, when we start a team coaching engagement, we start with an assessment. It's standard practice across the industry. And we take a couple different approaches to assessments. One type of assessment that we do is more of a qualitative assessment where we have a conversation with team members to hear what's going on with the team, to get their perspective of the elephant, if you will. The other assessment that we use is a team diagnostic assessment. And this is from Team Coaching International, they've been working on this assessment for decades now. And what this assessment looks at, it's a quantitative assessment, and everybody on the team answers the same 80 questions. And based on those questions, the report then shares with the team their status on 14 different team performance indicators. And so they split them up into two. The first set of indicators looks at team productivity. These are the aspects of the team necessary for the team to exist in whatever goal that they have. So for many teams, they exist to make money. Other teams exist in order to put forth their organization's mission or agenda. Whatever the purpose of that team is, the productivity measures look at things like goals and strategies, team vision, alignment, resources, decision-making, everything necessary for that team to see any type of results for their business or organization. For many teams, that's where things end. Though that's what they look at. They don't look at the second side of things, which is positivity. Quite honestly, I don't like that it's called positivity because it sounds too fluffy, but they call it positivity. And the positivity factors look at how does the team interact with each other in order to produce the results that they need to produce. So this is where indicators like trust, respect, communication, camaraderie, constructive interaction come into play, because without those positivity factors, the productivity factors can't happen. So we look at this assessment and share it with the team as well so that they can get a visual representation of where their team is on these 14 team indicators.
And these are indeed the ways that you can identify, okay, what are the signs of a high-performing team? What the research shows is that if you look at these 7 characteristics on the productivity side and 7 on the positivity side, when Jill said visually, they actually get a visual representation of what their scores are. And that then builds the foundation for the start of team coaching, because then what we do is explore with them, what do you want to improve? What of these do you want to be working on over the next year with your team to get results? And what would it look like if you improve that score for trust? How would you know that this team had increased trust? Or maybe that the team we just did the kickoff retreat with, they wanted more accountability. What does that look like? How do you know if there is more shared accountability on this team? That's one of the advantages of having team coaching, is because you have common goals and we spent time articulating based on these 14, here's your scores, here's the data. What is it that you want to work on? Because if everything's important, nothing is important. And they came out of that day, that opening retreat, with 3 goals that they're very, very excited about to be working on. And not only is it important to have common goals, but also they have a shared vocabulary, because we identified and defined what those terms are that they're looking at: trust and accountability, and constructive interactions, which is really, how do you have conflict and how do you disagree with each other?
Yeah, and that's really one of the primary reasons that we do this assessment, is because so often teams will come into coaching or whatever the situation might be, and will say something along the lines of, I know our team isn't doing as great as they could be. I can't explain why. I don't quite see it. And we hear from leaders a lot saying, my team needs something. I mean, we have good people, but we're not working together as a team. And of course it can be difficult to really pinpoint and diagnose, right? That's not what people are necessarily trained on. That's what we're trained on. And that's why we use assessments like this, so that people can have that common language and see those results. I'll just give a quick example. Sometimes what will happen in the team diagnostic is respect will be super high. The score will be high for the team, but trust will be low. And it's one of the most common things that we see with team reports. And people will look at this and think, how trust and respect, aren't they the same thing? Don't they go hand in hand? How can we have high respect but low trust? And just the start of those conversations allow teams to crack into something that, well, I respect you as a person and your expertise and the perspective that you bring to the team. And where the trust might come into play is, I don't trust being able to share always what I'm really thinking, or that maybe I disagree with that approach. Because I respect you so much, I'm holding back. And so being able to have those conversations, those are the types of conversations we can't have in team training, because it's all hypothetical in team training, and not that diagnostic, that assessment of the team that we do in team coaching allows that team to have the conversations that they need to about themselves.
And the cool thing is, so this team that we just kicked off at the retreat, they got their initial report and their team diagnostic, that assessment, and their scores. At the end, in 12 months after the engagement and the team coaching is done, we're going to do that exact same diagnostic and that assessment, and they're going to be able to see the changes and see what the results are and where there was improvement, and what it's the concrete data, which can be challenging to see when you are working on the human dynamics and what some call the soft skills, which I just get so frustrated because they are I want to call them the essential skills. They're what's essential in order to have a long-term, sustainable, healthy organization. So we want to leave you with a core workout today. And if you are on a team, I invite you to pause for a moment and think about your team dynamics and the level of productivity and positivity. And just reflect on what they're like, and I invite you to act and go and share that with your team, and maybe get curious and see how you think the team is doing. And if you decide that you want to do more and you want to actually have a conversation to learn more about team coaching and thoughtfully fit teams, reach out. You can go to darcyloma.com. You can call, email us at any time. There's a contact form on that website as well, to schedule a time to just talk with us. There is so much value that comes from investing in your team in this way, and Jill and I would love to connect with you. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy Thoughtfully Fit Thursday, everybody. Take care.